Hey YouTube, it is Easy Prepper 101, and today I'm going to talk to you about this book that I ended up picking up at Cracker Barrel. And yes, Cracker Barrel. And the title of it is The Little Book of Incredible Useful Knots, 200 Practical Knots for Sailors, Climbers, Campers, and Other Adventures. For the price point for 15 bucks, I thought it was good. And I kind of like having books. There's nothing against downloading apps. But if you're in a survival situation and if you break your phone and you have a survival app on your phone or tablet, then it's useful, but also too, you're not going to be carrying around books all the time. But if you go through a book like this and you find maybe 10 knots that you really think they're going to help you for certain situations, depending on what you might be doing, then all you can really do is go through the book, take it, put it on your scanner, scan this copy, and then you could put it in your EDC bag. And so instead of carrying this big book around, but as you can see, the details that they go into it are very good. It kind of talks about the step-by-step process of how to tie the knot. Then as you can see here, sorry for the glare you see, but step 1, 2, sorry, there's 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So the details in going through this is very, very good. I've just done just a few offhands just to try, and it definitely helps out. Definitely takes some practice, but for me, tying knots is a kind of a weak point for me right now. And by me having this book and messing around with 550 cord and some of the other types of ropes out there, I believe I'm going to be able to be just a little bit better, because as a prepper, we cannot be the top-notch best at everything, because there's only so much time in a day to get really good at something, because if you're like me, I have a full-time job, and then I'm also married, and you have the housework chores that you have to do of cutting the grass, dishes, laundry, cooking food, whatever you might have to do, going out with friends. But having a book like this that you can actually have and read is something really good to do. This is definitely a book I'm probably going to have put in my work bag with a little bit of a rope. And if when I'm on my lunch break, just pull it out, just try to work on a knot that I can be really good at, and then once I've mastered that, then move on. And the one thing I am going to do is just take some little type of sticky notes and put them in there, so when I go through saying, okay, hey, this is definitely a knot I want to have to scan and put in my backpack or my EDC bag. So that is it. Definitely, think outside the box, look at yourself as a prepper, or if you just come across, knot tying, what it's a good book. I've had this book for a couple days and I really like it. I do have some family members that are firefighters and they're rock climbers. And when I showed them this book, they actually said it's actually a really good book, for a beginner, and just, maybe if you're almost getting to, kind of being at a medium level. So that made me feel good that I actually picked the right book. But everyone's interpretation of books is going to be different. Some people who are very, maybe professional in rock climbing might say, hey, that's not a good book. But for me, being a pretty much, not a beginner, but trying to improve, up, they definitely said, it's definitely a step in the right direction. So please look at yourself. What is something that you can improve, as a prepper, or even as a human being? Is there something you can do better at home to help out your family, or as a prepper? What else besides tying knots? Is it sewing? Is it doing a better job of dating your food, rotating your food storage, going through and checking your ammo, checking your backpack? So definitely look at something you can to maybe make yourself better. Tying knots is one of the things that I need to learn better at, and I have a few other things, but hopefully in the next few months I'm going to be better. So that's going to be it for this video. I really hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, write them down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and we will catch you guys down the road.